What's up, parrot heads? Welcome to the... Sorry. We're tanking already. Welcome to the first episode of Comin' Monday, a podcast about Jimmy Buffett. I'm Mike Postalakis, your host, and next to me is my co-host and friend, Caleb Tugboat McCraw. What do you think about that?
I think I'm going to have more nicknames as this goes on, but we have a lot of songs to get through, so let's just go ahead and get into it.
And with us is our parrot, our sidekick. What did we decide he was going to be named?
We were arguing about it a lot before we started.
Yeah, so we got Captain Tony. We've got what else? Frank Bama.
Frank Bama
from Jimmy's best-selling novel.
We could do Mr. Utley.
Mr. Utley's good. I don't know. I think Captain Tony.
We'll
go with Captain Tony.
Captain Tony's good.
And Captain Tony's also a talking parrot. So let's go ahead and let's. We're good. Oh yeah, we want to hold him up.
Hold him up.
You couldn't even see him.
No,
we just look like we're two insane people talk about somebody who isn't there. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll do that later. He can get some sayings going. But Caleb, this is our first episode.
It is our first episode.
This is exciting.
It's something we have talked about for so long, and it seems like such a crazy idea for two adult men to be talking about for as long as we've talked about it.
I know, right? We're both big JB fans. We're parrot heads. We're nautical wheelers. We're pirates. 200 years too late.
Mm-hmm. This one's a pirate looking at 40, probably 50.
40. I'd love to be looking at 40 again. Let me tell you, I'm staring 50 right down the barrel. And you're not even 30, right?
28.
This is insane. I hang out with nothing but people half my age now. Life is really...
And not in the fun way you would think an adult Jimmy Buffett fan would hang out with people half his age.
So I think that's a good segue to get into like how we both figured out we're Jimmy Buffett fans. Because I at least kind of look the part.
Yeah.
Caleb's off. I mean, today's you really let me down, but generally, and you'll see it on further episodes. Caleb is normally dressed in what I would call cholo chic. I'm going to do that again for the cholo chic. Right? I mean, you're wearing a hardcore.
As a bigger guy and a guy who has a shaved head, I usually rock like flannels. That tends to be a big one. Flat billed hats is another thing. I usually have a different style of facial hair. Right now, I'm rocking a mustache. Occasionally, it's a goatee or a full beard.
I'm going to be going mustache soon.
You're going to be going mustache soon too. I feel like we both can't have mustaches.
Yeah. Well,
we'll flip a coin.
Yeah. We'll let the audience decide who looks best.
Yeah, that's true. I will curl mine into a handlebar just for the audience.
So, how did you get into Jimmy Buffett?
So, I was raised a white trash child in South Carolina, and let's get into the whole story. So, my father worked a lot and drank a lot, and that's why I like Jimmy Buffett so much. I referenced Jimmy Buffett three times in a 10-minute set the other day when I was doing it, and I clocked it in my head, and I was like, that's weird, because I would never, when I was a kid, I'd never be like, oh, I'm a Jimmy Buffett fan. But I could probably name you 75 Jimmy Buffett songs that I actively listen to right now.
Yeah, which we'll be doing all 75.
Yes, that's true.
This podcast, by the way, is going to go through every song that Jimmy has written. One song per episode.
One song per episode, yes.
And we'll get into today's episode in a minute. But... Like, what was was your dad like?
Well, like my dad's a big Jimmy Buffett fan. We took a lot of trips to Myrtle Beach. For a long time, I thought he was the guy that owned the restaurant that we always went to. And so that was cool. And then they were like, they were like, he's also the guy in all the videos. And I was like, this guy rules. I mean, obviously, this is great. Because also, I don't know, it's just one of those things. I always say Jimmy Buffett's kind of like Billy Joel, where it's like, it's the same way for me, where it's like, I would never say I'm a Billy Joel fan, but if you're like, let's go to a Billy Joel concert, I'd be like, sure, it'd be fun. And they'd be like, oh, I know every single one of these songs, and have a deep emotional connection to them in a way I didn't understand.
Right. What do you remember the first, Buffett song you heard?
The first one I heard was probably like Margaritaville, just because. But my dad doesn't like that song. He always says that's like a hacky Jimmy Buffett song. He said he doesn't care like that one and like Cheeseburger in Paradise.
The Cheeseburger's tough because it's this will be something we discuss so many times. But the cheese level that Jimmy can get to, it's sometimes it's like Spielberg. Like there's a formula when it's like master filmmaking with just a little schmaltz.
Yeah.
When it's too much, like Hook is like too much schmaltz, it doesn't work. And with Jimmy, it's like if it gets just a little too corny, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like as I got older, like obviously like just hanging out with friends and stuff, and like listen, as a guy that had an above ground pool, Jimmy Buffett was on the playlist so many times in childhood, you know. And then you see that like once you start like listening to the actual songs and like the ones that aren't just the ones everybody knows, you're like, oh, this guy like is legitimately like an incredibly talented songwriter and like storyteller.
By the way, check out on Spotify. I have a playlist of my favorite Jimmy Buffett tunes under Fins Up. Over 3 hours long. No Margaritaville, no Cheeseburger in Paradise.
It's true. We listened to it on the way to Columbus one time. There's nothing like listening to tropical music in entirely landlocked states as you're driving.
Well, I first got into Jimmy Buffett. Thanks for asking. What a tennis match we got going here. First CD I ever bought was Songs You Know by Heart.
Really?
Yeah, I was. What are you in sixth grade? You're like 11 or 12, right?
I think I was 14, but yes.
Old McAfee. Yeah, I think I was like 11, and I got a CD player for my birthday, and then I was allowed to go to Coconut Records and pick out a handful of CDs.
Did Coconut Records only sell Jimmy Buffett records, or
no? You would think so, right? That was this is going to be such a thing of like I'm going to make a reference that doesn't even exist in the world that you inhabited. No, I went to the mall, Coconut Records, great record store, and I bought Songs You Know by Heart and Bob Marley's Greatest Hits. Nice. First of all, I was a greatest hits bitch from the start.
Oh, nice.
You know, I mean that's not good, but I don't even know why I bought those.
You don't? Were you not like you weren't into things that like people who like Bob Marley are into, or?
Well, I was 12 years old. I wasn't token up just yet. No, because what's weird is like I really got to think about this. How did I get into this? Because like I have an older brother, right? My brother's 10 years older than me, and he got me into a lot of music. But it was like Led Zeppelin, you know, like or the Who or like music like that. So like at 6 years old, like those were my favorite bands. And actually, my first favorite band was the Grateful Dead because like I was when I was a kid, I would like watch MTV all day. Like if it was raining, I would just like sit in front of the TV and watch stuff. But like Jimmy Buffett wasn't on MTV.
Well, I think liking the Grateful Dead's a good segue into liking Jimmy Buffett because it is sort of the same cultural, like, it's like this weird, like, inside world that's like out, like, it's such like an insular, but like massive thing where it's like so many people are like, I've seen Jimmy Buffett 50 times in concert. And so people are like, I've traveled following the Grateful Dead. And it's like just something I don't think that many bands have. Like, it's Jimmy Buffett, the Grateful Dead, and like ICP. Which are like two entirely
right. Yeah, so I don't know. I do remember at like that age, I had gotten a subscription to Spin magazine, which I later ended up writing for.
Not to throw credentials out there to anybody, but you know.
Well, we'll get into it because I wrote a rather viral piece on Jimmy Buffett that got taught in a university.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It was called the.
I didn't know bartending you had classes on Jimmy Buffett, but that's exciting. Cheeseburger in Paradise University.
You don't think you're learning how to make some of those concoctions, some boat drinks, if you will?
Yeah, some boat drinks.
But in a weird turn of events, I do specifically remember reading. Yeah, this would have been like 91. Reading in Spin Magazine an article about a guy who was traveling across the country searching for the heart of like rock and roll, and he ended up in Cincinnati, and he went to a Jimmy Buffett concert, and there was a picture of him in a shark costume, and I was like, "That's cool. I like whatever this is. I like, you know." So that might have been the start of that. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what's even crazier, that guy in that shark later became one of my best friends.
Wow.
A writer named James Greer, great novelist and screenwriter. But he was the guy who wrote the article. Isn't that crazy?
Nice. That is crazy.
How all that.
He was searching for the heart of rock and roll, and he found it at a Gulf and Western concert in Cincinnati. That's exciting.
Well, he at the time he lived in Dayton, was married to Kim Deal of the Breeders, and was in the band Guided by Voices.
Oh, I'm sorry, you dropped a name right there. I'll pick it up.
Oh, that's all. Have you've hung out with me? This is all I do. But yeah, that was the first CD I ever bought was Songs You Know by Heart, and then which had like great songs like Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw?
Yeah.
And as a Catholic at the time, definitely a Catholic altar boy, I was like, this is awesome, because the beautiful thing about Catholicism is it teaches you all about sin. It's like it makes it like so like oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, because all you can do is just go to confession and say it to a guy who's 40-year-old guy who's never been with a woman. Yeah, that's his must see TV.
Nice. That's Catholicism Corner with Mike Postol. But you know what's funny? You said your first one was Songs You Know by Heart. The first one I technically owned, I guess, would be Songs You Know by Heart, because my buddy Seth and Brandon got it for me after I had my appendix removed. That was like their gift for me when I got out of the hospital. Was a vinyl record of Songs You Know by Heart.
You have your appendix removed?
Yes.
Wow. Was that scary?
Yeah, it wasn't great. I certainly wasn't wasting away. I was certainly wasting away, I guess you would say. But it wasn't fun if that's what you're asking. Yeah, when you're like, hey, I think something's horribly wrong with me, then you start throwing up, and then you're like, oh, I think I need to go to the hospital. Yeah,
that sounds bad. All right, so this is our first episode, and like we said, we're gonna be discussing one song per episode, and since the name of the podcast is Comin' Monday, we thought what better song to start off with than Come Monday.
Yeah, 100%.
So I did I got a little notes here. Come Monday came out in 1974, pre my time. Thank God. Some of these are whatever, but off the album "Livin' and Dyin' in 3/4 Time," which is I don't have that one over there, but famous album cover with Jimmy on a boat. It's also, what's the name of the boat?
I cannot remember.
I do have some trivia questions for you.
I don't know the name of the boat.
I don't know that. I think it is 3.
Ayden, can you look that up?
Yeah. Come Monday is a solo writing credit to Jimmy. Wrote it for his future wife.
Oh, nice.
Because he literally was on tour, I think, with Country Joe or something, and was like, stinks. And nobody's doing a podcast for him. And
they might do one for And the Fish, but we'll see. But
I don't even think he was doing it with And the Fish. I think
it's just Country Joe. That's really sad.
Sans Fish.
Yeah.
And he was going to go visit. He had a show in San Francisco during the Labor Day weekend, and so he was in a Howard Johnson, and he was like, "I'm going to write a tune for this broad."
Sure, he didn't say it that way, but yeah.
Well, that was the 70s. He probably did. Who knows? They were wild in the 70s.
Yeah, that's true. And did you figure out the name of the boat?
Yes, the name of his primary boat was The Last Mango.
The Last Mango?
That's really what it's called?
Is that the name of the boat on the album cover?
Oh,
yeah. Could you do like do like a Google image?
Okay.
That's producer Ayden, by the way.
Yeah, that's producer Ayden.
Just making all this happen. Making our dreams come true.
Isn't that something, guys?
It says good luck on it. No.
Good luck.
Oh, the good luck. Okay.
The good luck, yes. Yeah. That is the
it's ironic because it's sinking.
Yeah.
There we Oh yeah,
Awesome.
That's what we're looking for.
Nice.
Dude, that rules.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Every time I've gone to the beach, I'm just like, I just want to be as cool as Jimmy Buffett is on most of those album covers.
Okay, so this brings up a good question. What are you doing at the beach?
What am
I
doing,
imagine
dude?
you don't even take your shoes off ever.
No, I'm at the beach. I'm hanging out at the beach, dude. You don't even know. Like when I'm at the beach, I'm usually hammered.
Sure. Are you a shirt on or shirt off guy?
Oh, I'm shirt off at the beach.
Yeah?
I gotta show off these tattoos.
That's true. Yeah. How many- are you like tatted?
No, not on my chest. Not yet.
Hey, do you have tattoos? You're a young guy.
I have a couple.
I think I'm like the last person on earth to not have a tattoo.
No, I mean, I'm shocked you don't.
Me and Judson
I'm
Beach.
shocked that you don't have a tattoo. You're
Yeah.
a parrot head and a dead head, and that's shocking to me. And you were in a band and you don't have any tattoos.
Yeah, none. I think I'm too indecisive.
Mm-hmm.
I could see myself getting a tattoo and mid inking being like, why am I doing this?
Oh, it happens.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible.
Oh, you're as committed as you're going to be at that point. So,
Have you ever owned a pair of hush puppies?
I don't know what those are.
Hush puppies are like they're like the boat. They're like because
Are
it's
they like
referenced in the
Sperry's?
song. What?
Are they like Sperry's?
I don't know what Sperry's are.
Maybe they're the same thing as hush puppies, but Sperry's are like they're what's called boat shoes. Like it's the thing, and like
Boat
it's
shoes.
what every Southern Baptist kid wears to church on Easter with your shorts and your button-up shirt.
If you go to Georgia University of Georgia, you have a pair of hush puppies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're like laid back shoes. I got to get it.
Laid back shoes for uptight people. That's what they are.
Okay. Come Monday, one of the most. It's kind of like his first big hit.
Is it his first big hit? Yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah,
be.
it was. It reached number 30 on the Billboard Top 100.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's everything. Yeah, the top 100.
Yeah. Number 3 on Easy Listening.
I will say this. We talked about this before we started. I think it is the most easy listening song that's ever been written because it perfectly fits whatever mood the room is in.
Right. Yeah, it's like the epitome of like AM radio,
Oh, yeah.
which was like a thing in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Like that or like the band Bread.
Yeah.
There was Bread. There was a lot of just like, I guess what we'd probably consider now like low T, but there was a lot of low T rock in the 70s.
That's the thing. I really don't know what to quantify Jimmy Buffett's music as because I wouldn't call it country music, but I certainly wouldn't call it rock music.
Well, it did reach number 58 on the country charts.
So it's not half. It's not even halfway to being country. So that's cool.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, he made up the term country or golf and western.
Golf and Western, yeah.
But yeah, what? Because I like or James Taylor's got to be like.
Well, I always said James Taylor's Jimmy Buffett for people that went to college.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not a James Taylor guy.
I'm not either. He wrote a couple songs about South Carolina. Actually, they're about North Carolina. So I've got my own opinions about that. But it says Carolina in my mind, and there's a big battle.
Is that about North Carolina?
Some people would say it's about North Carolina, but if I say Carolina, what are you thinking of? So
I'm a South Carolina guy.
thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out.
South Carolina's way better than North Carolina.
Thank you. Go Cox.
Yeah. Oh, hey, the algorithm. He's talking about the football team. But Come Monday is one of those staple songs that he would play almost every concert, and it's part of the Big Eight. That's a term amongst parrot heads. The 8 songs that are played every concert. So our first trivia, and there's don't lark, you cheater. There's no prize just yet.
Okay.
But can you name the other 7 of the Big 8?
The Big Eight?
Most of these are got to be easy, right?
Yeah.
But, okay.
So Come Monday's one.
Mhm.
I'm assuming Margaritaville's one.
That's right.
Boat Drinks, is that one?
Can we put a big X on this episode?
Okay.
You'll get 3 strikes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have Come Monday, Margaritaville.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because songs I like, I feel like aren't ones that are going to be in that 8. Because
And you got one. You're working with 1 X.
1X. Okay. I'm trying to think of other ones on songs you know by heart, and whether or not those would be ones he would play. This is going to be kind of a deep cut, but I feel like it might be a slow one that he would do at every concert. Is He Went to Paris, one of the big 8.
We're going to have to have another X.
Dang it.
It's 2 X's.
What type of alcoholic raised me that I don't know these songs? Is Volcano one of them?
That is on there.
Okay. Is Fins one of them?
Fins is one of the 8.
Okay.
You are halfway there.
Halfway there.
Will he get it?
Oh, man. Cheeseburger in Paradise. Let's go.
It's on there. 3 more.
There was one you referenced that I think would be definitely one of them. Is it Why Don't We Get Drunk?
That is on
Parentheses
there.
and Screw.
That's one of the big 8. Survived the Me Too movement.
Hey, good for them. Good for all of us.
Yeah. There is one song that we'll talk about one episode that couldn't be on. I think it was supposed to be on. I think it was supposed to be on Havana Daydreaming.
Oh, nice.
But I think even in the 70s,
they were like, no, sir. Okay.
It's a good song. So we'll definitely.
I'm trying to think. How many?
Do you know what I'm talking about? By the way?
No, I don't know if I know which one you're talking about.
It was called Please Take Your 15-year-old Girlfriend Home. It's a good song.
Wow.
Catchy tune. Not appropriate.
Not appropriate. Not appropriate ever. Okay, so now I'm trying to think. How many do I have?
2
more?
2 more. 2 more songs.
2 strikes, 2 more. Ayden, do you have them pulled up? Are there any hints you could give me?
I'm not cheating, dude.
Not cheating? I respect that about Ayden. That's why he's here. Is there any hint you could give me?
No.
They might not give it
No, dude.
Dang it. I'm trying to think now what I'll have it said. Because I've been listening to so many deep cuts recently, so I don't know if I can have them. If I have them.
We got to put you on the clock because
Is Nautical Wheeler one of them?
that's your third act.
Dang it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're going to be like,
Yeah, I'm going to
I
find
mean, obviously, a pirate looks at 40.
A pirate looks at 40. Dadgummit.
And the last of the 8, changes in latitudes.
Changes in attitude.
Changes in attitude.
I referenced that in a joke, and I didn't get that.
Yeah. That's the big 8.
Just wanted to say, Caleb is not lying. I've seen you bring up Jimmy Buffett multiple times in a set before.
Thank you, Ayden.
I know it's been a while, but that reminded me of it.
What can we do? What joke do you do?
I have one about a.
So this is a good segue.
Yeah.
To one of our segments we're going to work in called Tropical Humor.
Yeah. I guess I'll do this joke where I was like, I love springtime because it's the one time I don't have to feel bad about homeless people. Because like I've seen homeless people in the springtime literally just walking around in t-shirts and shorts, and I'm like, man, that must rule. Because they're just like sitting on a park bench, like hanging out, like drinking 40s, and I was like, yeah, it rules. And I said, and the joke is like, if you change the background music, it becomes like the best day ever. Because if you see that in Arms of an Angel is playing by Sarah McLachlan, you're like, oh man, that sucks. That guy's like has to drink. And then you see it and Jimmy Buffett's playing, and I'm like, hell yeah, man. Changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes. You get to drink today at noon.
That's good. I've never heard that bit before.
Not a lot of people have.
I never heard you tell the same jokes a lot. I'm not.
You haven't seen me
I'm
do
not one to talk. I bombed last night. So.
You haven't seen me do comedy in the summertime recently, so it'll come up.
Okay, so this will be my. I wrote this the other day. This will be my first joke for the tropical humor segment, and this is going to really toe the line of what we talked about, like the algorithm and PG-13. We're going to try and keep everything pretty clean, but it'll get a little baughty from time to time.
You can listen to this in the car with your kids when you're drinking and driving.
I mean, if you're nice, I didn't mean to step on that. If you're playing Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw and your 3-year-old's in the background, I mean, this is totally fun. All right,
it's fun.
Okay, you ready? What did the naked white guy's parrot say to the black swinging couple?
What?
Polly want a cracker?
It made me laugh more than I thought it would. I hate that it made me laugh that much.
Yeah. That's most of my comedy is people laughing despite.
But Come Monday, when do you think you first heard Come Monday? I mean, I probably heard it when I was in the womb or something. I'm sure that happened, but
Yeah, I mean, it would have been when I got that CD, and because I do specifically remember putting that CD in the CD player, Sony CD player. It was a heck of a little CD player. They used to make stuff good back then. Yeah, and it's never been one that I like go to because it foreshadows like it's very well written, but it does kind of get into. It's like, because it's 74, so it's early for Buffett, but it does, and we talked about the 3 phases of Jimmy Buffett. And it's a song that's in phase 1, where it actually belongs, I think, in phase 2. So we'll get in the phase. Phase 1 of Jimmy Buffett, in my opinion, is the long-haired hippie freak. That guy. I mean, by the way, there's this amazing 30-minute documentary about the Jimmy. It's not about just him, but it's also this author, Tom McGuane, who's great, and Jim Harrison, another great author, and Jimmy Buffett. They all lived in Key West in the early 70s. And it was just a wild, lawless time because nobody thought to like live there. And it was just this like, used to be a naval, I think there is still a naval base there.
Yeah, there's been a naval base there since like the 1800s. Like there was, like it was like during the Civil War, Key West didn't secede. Like it stayed part of the Union.
Yeah, that's right. And
they've always been freewheeling down there in Key West.
Yeah, and it's like like we've known that that pirates used to literally like land there and then ship back off. Which brings up a question like, do you believe that like I'm gonna get real mystic here, but do you believe that like places attract people?
I would think so. See, nowadays, because Key West is what it is, if I went to vacation down there, I would be like, well, I'm going to like party. I mean, like drink rum, hang out on the beach, like chill out, like do stuff like that, like not wear shoes, walk around. I think now, because like, I don't know if it attracts people more or less so much as that it like, I don't know, like it has such an aura about it that like nowadays I think of Key West and I think of Jimmy Buffett. Like I just think of like that and like his like music that he wrote and like the lifestyle he led. That, like I would just try and live that lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's sort of the dream as I get older. Did you ever watch the movie The Beach Bum?
The Matthew McConaughey movie? Yeah. I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
Oh, it's very good. Maybe we'll have to do like a Patreon watch.
Patreon, I've watched it of it.
It's great, but it's like literally how I want to like ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. The dream of being an esteemed alcoholic writer, just living in the beach.
you know, banging out the typewriter keys, putting out a few books of poetry.
Yeah.
You know? But Key West in that time is like there wasn't anything. There was like one bar, a couple bars on Duval Street, which is famous, and then there was just a lot of fishing expeditions. But they were all like crazy. They were all like hammered all the time, and a lot of them were moving certain substances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jimmy Buffett is not that different from Jay-Z.
Yeah, he really is.
Like the back,
he has this weird like squeaky clean image, but like he's literally openly admitted to like dealing drugs and like all this stuff. So
if you live in the Keys and you have like a prop plane,
yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
you know, so and the records aren't selling right off the bat. So
yeah, exactly.
So that's phase 1, which I would say is like the long-haired hippie freak. Phase 2, which is like the 80s. Is like the hair got trimmed.
Yeah.
The poon broom came out. Like it was a big thick mustache. And he was like a little bit of like a horn dog.
Yeah. Like, he references that a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs where it's like basically catcalling.
He seems like
I'm fine with.
He gives me the vibe. He gives me the vibe of being like a mechanic who's fun, but also your wife's like, I'm not sitting in the car I'm not going to get my oil changed by myself there, because he's not going to do anything, but he will just keep referencing like, so how's you and your husband doing? It's like, well, if you're not doing great, just know that I'm always here.
Yeah. And then phase 3 is what I would describe as just bald billionaire.
Yeah.
Just printing money. Dude.
Owning restaurants, owning frozen foods.
By the way, check out the Patreon. We're going to be dropping videos entitled Tasting Away Again in Margaritaville Frozen Foods.
Yes. We're going to eat every single frozen food Jimmy Buffett's ever eaten.
We got a lot of shrimp in our future.
A lot of shellfish, probably a lot of mercury poisoning, but we'll see what happens. We're also going to be, in Tasting Away, we're also going to be referencing different foods that he references in his songs. I was hoping to do Hush Puppies, but unfortunately that's a clothing. So,
by the way, I tried to eat in high school. I tried to eat 24 Hush Puppies from Long John Silver. You know, like you would do as like dares, you know?
Yeah.
And I think if I remember correctly, I put down like high teens, 17 or 18. And I started not feeling so well. And I ended up, I tapped out and I closed the thing and put him in the back, under the seat, in the back seat of my Ford Taurus. And there they sat for a handful of days. And my car forever smelled like Long John Silver. Good. That story tanked.
And now what you're thinking, did it smell like Long John Silver the restaurant or Long John Silver the pirate? Really, it's weird how much they smell alike.
When's the last time you ate at Long John Silver?
I've never had Long John Silvers. We didn't have it in the town I grew up in.
What are your fast food? We can talk about it because it's all.
Yeah.
He's a big food guy.
Yes, it's a lot of food. I don't know. It's like Cookout, obviously.
That's so regional.
Yeah,
I'm talking like the Big 8.
The Big 8, Taco Bell.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, Taco Bell's probably my go-to one. Taco Bell, I mean, it tastes the same everywhere. Terrible. And that's kind of what we go for.
Yeah, I'm forever. Growing up in the 90s, Wendy's was the place.
Yeah.
Wendy's was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 5-star dining.
Wendy's used to be a nice place.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it still is, depending on who you ask. I mean, some of us still...
No, I mean...
Some of us still treat it as like, hey, we've got a pretty decent paycheck. Let's splurge on ourselves some.
What are you getting there?
I'm usually getting the Baconator. Like I said, I'm splurging.
Mm-hmm.
Baconator and fries. Some people like...
What are you doing at Wendy's?
I used to always get the 4 for $4 and then maybe some extra nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had it because it's always been disappointing the last like handful of times I went, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's not like, well, you guys don't have Carl's Jr., which is like an LA thing, but I had Carl's Jr. once in LA, and it was so good, and I spent 17 years I lived there chasing that dragon, trying to get it as good as it once was.
I had that one time. I stopped at a cookout when I was in high school. I was driving back from Atlanta. Me and some friends went to a Braves game. And the food that we ate at 3 a.m. at a cookout parking lot is the best meal to this day I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if it was the vibes or like the food itself, but I was legitimately like, I don't remember chewing. I just remember consuming it.
Taco Bell is good, but you got to add some modifiers.
Yeah, obviously.
Which
extra fiesta strips, which might be what Jimmy Buffett calls his mustache, and
clip that. Big hack though is the Mexican pizza. Are they still calling it that?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem right. The Hispanic pizza,
the swarthy quesadilla, as they call it.
The Hispanic pizza. The key is to get the sauce on the side.
Yeah.
Putting it on top is insane because it just makes it soggy. Then you're just like eat it. But if you tell them to get it on the side, you're dipping. Here's one more fast food hack. Domino's.
Yeah.
Light sauce.
Light sauce. Light sauce. When I discovered light sauce, it was like the world had opened up to me in a way that I didn't know was possible.
It's insane. Like
once I got apps and realized you can make pizza well done, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't want to get big tomato on us, but I'm telling you, Domino's light sauce pan pizza. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good eating. Yeah, I mean, there was like a whole bunch, like Pizza Hut's really tanked. that we're all over the place here, but because like Domino's the one.
He also wrote this at a Howard Johnson's, which is a fast food place, I think.
It was like a hotel restaurant. It sounded great.
I don't understand the phrase hotel restaurant. Can we get into that for a second?
What I think those would be called they were called like roadside lodges. I got hired to write this script about drag racers in the 60s and 70s. I don't mean RuPaul types. But I ended up doing some research of Miami, Florida in the 60s and 70s, and Howard Johnson's were everywhere, and they sounded amazing. Yeah. It was like a nice hotel with a diner.
Yeah.
That's that's two things I love.
Listen, there's nothing I would love more than living at a Waffle House.
Yeah, you could put like a nice...
I bet I could write magic if I was staying at a Waffle... If I was away from a woman that I considered that I loved and I was at a Waffle House that you could live in, I wouldn't write come Monday. I'd be like, hey, guess what? Come Monday, I'm not coming back. I'll be here eating hash browns galore.
Yeah, if you could put some nice room. The closest I think I ever got to was when Hooters had its own hotel casino in Las Vegas.
When I was in 9th grade, we had to plan a trip for one of my global studies class to a place, and I did it to Las Vegas and stayed at the Hooters Hotel and Casino in my plan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I used to stay there all the time because it was cheap. It was insanely cheap. And it was right across the street from my favorite casino at the time, which was the MGM.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because the MGM used to have this old school horse racing game. That's like mechanical, and that's a fun hang at 2 a.m. You know? Just hammered, just putting quarter after quarter in there.
And this is who Jimmy Buffett wrote music for.
Yeah.
Remember that.
This is all in the universe, and
they're all just degenerate gamblers up at 3 a.m. who are going to go stay at a Hooters.
I check all of these boxes, and but I stayed at the Hooters, and.
People who have so much freedom, they're actually in their own prison.
And I used to have a buddy who lived in Las Vegas. He was a bartender. And I was staying at the Hooters, and I called him up, and I was like, hey, I'm in town. Let's hang out. And I met up with him. He had just gotten off his shift. And so he was walking towards me, and he had this big smile on his face. And in Las Vegas, especially like... in like towny bars, it's customary if you're at the bar and if you're drinking and playing video poker or whatever you play, if you win big, especially, you're supposed to give 10% to the bartender, right? And so my buddy was closing his shift, and right before he clocked out, some guy that he was closing the tab up with hit big on poker, so he got 10% of that. So my buddy just showed up smiling with like all this cash on him, and we had a good time. I won't get into too much of that, but let's just say I showed back up at the hotel room at around 7 a.m. and ended up being a little hungry. And thank God at the time, it's no longer there, but the Hooters kitchen was always open.
Oh, nice.
So I had some buffalo wings brought to the room, splurging a little bit, and they didn't pack any napkins. And I was checking out anyway. So I was just eating and watching like Law and Order SVU or something, just housing spicy garlic, boneless wings. And my hands were just a mess. And I was like, I don't know what to do here. So I just started rubbing them in the sheets. I mean, it looked like I got my first period. I mean, it was really bad. And then I just left. And that was what the Hooters casino was. That I wasn't the only one doing that.
It's everything I pictured it would be in my 9th grade global studies class.
Yeah. It's a good spot. They got, I don't know what it is now. It's something else.
Well, actually, this kind of segues into your story about that. It's like, because this kind of segues into our next thing where it's like we're going to qualify all these songs into happy drinking or sad drinking songs. Sure. And Come Monday, I think, is the toughest one to try and figure out because I said before, it matches the mood so perfectly of whatever you're like doing at the time. Like, right. You could be cooking food. You could be sitting alone, like staring out at the beach. You could be sitting alone in your house, in your living room, staring at a TV, looking at while you're getting ready for your podcast and being like, what am I doing?
I'm 47. I'm tanking financially. What am I doing here? trying to reach a niche audience of 55-plus-year-olds who have never heard of Patreon.
But I think it is like the ultimate, like, I think it's a great sad drinking song. Like you're like sitting like late at night. Like I remember like so many times like I was in college, like I went to college in Charleston near the beach, and I would like go to the beach with me and my friends and like just be sitting there like staring at the ocean and like listening to like Jimmy Buffett or like Come Monday, and you're just kind of like hanging out and you're like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I really wish it was this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I think I would put it under these as a veteran of many failed relationships. I would put it under the sad drinking, and even though it's like the lyrics are like, "Hey, I'm gonna come see you, and we're gonna have a great weekend.
Yeah,
you don't have to work on Monday."
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah,
but yeah, there's some sort of like wistfulness. Is that the word I want to?
Yeah.
That I think it's squarely under that sad drinking. Mm-hmm. So what to make like a
chart or something?
A chart, yeah. And then you know this because this is big with the kids, right? The rankings.
Yeah, the rankings.
We put like the little S. You know what I'm talking about? The S rankings.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to. I mean,
if there's a song that's S tier ever, it's Come Monday.
No, I'm gonna go A tier.
A tier?
Yeah, because it's a little too laid back. It's a little. I mean,
it's just enough laid back to make it S tier.
No, I'm gonna stick with A tier. It's
right.
very good.
We'll do A tier.
It's a very good song. All right, let's. Where are we at? That's beautiful. All right.
Final thoughts.
Well, we got to. We got our
program.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
Have you guys programmed him yet? Is that
no? We're gonna do that. I think we do that right now.
Okay.
Sweet.
Do we want to do a final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Yes. Come Monday, I think is a great song. If you've not listened to Jimmy Buffett before, you're trying to get people into it. Come Monday is the way to go because it's just laid back enough where people can it's easy listening, but it's also very, very like lyrically good. And I feel like it's also a concept I think people can really connect with where it's like the idea of being away, but you're like, hey, I'm going to be back. Things are going to be okay once I get back type thing, which I've always liked.
Yeah, I think my final thoughts are it's a great tune. Really highlights just like his storytelling abilities. I mean, when he's really cooking, his songs are like a novel in 2.5 minutes, and I really feel like this is right in that sweet spot of like wistfulness and a little randiness. And even though I gave it an A tier, and this guy gave it an S tier, I still think it's a great song. And yeah. Now we're gonna program Captain Tony.
Captain Tony.
All right. So apparently, if you speak twice into this thing, it will repeat it. So, what do we want it to say? Like, I guess we'll have to hold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Here, because you did it before. I don't really know.
What do you want it to say?
Well, I think we should say check out.
Yeah.
How many words can it remember?
I was like, come Monday, every Monday at 5:00.
Coming Monday. We don't want to get sued. Easy.
Coming Monday, every Monday at 5:00.
We assume all this stuff is trademarked.
Come Monday, every Monday at 5:00.
Coming Monday.
Come Monday, every Monday at 5:00.
Sorry, you didn't hear that. Bleep that out.
After you do it, put him in the mic.
Yeah. Coming Monday, every Monday at 5:00.
Coming Monday, every Monday at 5:00. Coming Monday, every Monday at 5:00.
Best $9.99 I've ever spent in my life. All right,
Heck of a
everybody.
toy.
That was our first episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and are we anywhere else?
We're coming out on We're definitely on Instagram. We'll probably be on TikTok soon. We're going to be on YouTube, so subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where we'll be posting different videos and stuff. Like I said, we're going to have Patreon exclusive stuff. We might also post stuff on the YouTube, so just be on the lookout for it.
I'm Mike Postolakis.
I'm Caleb McCraw.
And make sure you listen to our next episode coming Monday.